We were just saying, if it was Halloween, there'd definitely be a ghost in this room right now. You just heard that dramatic music. Cards are falling down. I'm falling over boxes. Tim's getting a hot sweat. Sarah's got the giggles. It's all happening, I swear. What a nightmare that was. And you know, it takes ages to set studio up. And Tim's like, cool as a cucumber. Everything's ready. Set looks amazing. You two look amazing. 5 minutes before show, cards come crashing down. A nightmare. Welcome to the channel, everyone. If you are watching for the first time, welcome. We do appreciate your company. This is a wonderful channel to come and get some inspiration, some giveaways, live chat, fun, laughter, and most of all, just sharing the love of craft. We have a great community here at Stamps by Me. So if you're not a subscriber, please click that subscribe button. If you enjoy the show, give it the thumbs up also. And if you want to comment underneath this video, you can do so. Just pop it underneath and we will reply, me or Sarah. We're always watching what you're saying, what you're doing, happy times. We just love craft. That's it, A to Z, we just love craft. So a bit of housekeeping for you all before we get into the show, because I do think we will have lots of new viewers today. We are all collaborating in sharing the love of craft, finally, although I've been at it for 10 years, but finally we are all now collaborating, so we are all sharing the love of craft in many communities. So wherever you are, if you can share, that would be wonderful. If you want to share in the Craft Friends United, the Eureka fan page, the Funky Fossil page, the USA page, just lots of places to celebrate, okay? So let's just say hello to Sarah and then we'll do some housekeeping. Ayo.
Ayo.
Ayo. She's here. Ayo, it's on me. I'm going to call her Ayo, it's on me. Because that's all she says all the time. Well, actually, it's all I say. So how are you, sweetheart?
I'm well, thank you, lovely.
Super
Always excited to come in for a one-day special.
Yeah, I can't get rid of her, unfortunately, guys. She loves being here. We love her here on Stamps by Me's channel too. So let's just do a little bit of housekeeping and then let's crack on with our wonderful show. Now, if you're not familiar with our shows, we always do the show opener to give you product. If you want to add it to your basket, of course you can do that too. If you have the points or if you are a club member, you're going to get those extra savings above and beyond what you can see on the screen as well. But if you're not here to shop, that's also okay as well. We do some demos, so you may be able to get some inspiration and use the crafty stash that you have at home, which we've all got a lot of, right? So as you can see from the screen there, we have our wonderful QR code, which will take you to all of the products if you are wanting to shop ahead and shop quickly. But you can pop the codes in also as we go down the counter too. There's lots of different ways to shop and there's lots of different ways to view our channel. Now you can watch us on YouTube, you can watch us on TikTok, you can watch us on Facebook, you can watch us on mytelly.com, and you can also watch live on Facebook too. So wherever you pop those comments, we will go back if we've missed them in the live show. You can also view us in our app. I mean, come on. Cool, right? Yeah, it is very cool. We have our app also, and we have nearly 1,000 people in our app. Now, our app is a community of a safe haven for you all to share the love of craft, talk about the weather, talk about your dog, your auntie, your uncle, whatever you want to talk about. You can post your mates in there, daily life, hospital. If you're in hospital on your own and you want to chat, you can put it in our app. It is an amazing place to stay safe and just have a community of friends that are your friends digitally, basically. You might have met them in real life, but if you haven't, we are a community of crafters that love to share the love of craft and look after one another. To get on the app, we have popped a QR code on the screen also, and I'm also running a competition at the moment. So get in the app and answer the question that we've popped in there, and it is under SBM chat and a question from me. Now the question...
when does it close?
Monday.
All right, I'll ask you the answer then.
You can't do it. So you have to answer the question by Monday, and I'm going to pick a winner at random for £100 to spend on the website. Now, when I say £100 to spend on the website, you don't have to spend 100 to get 100. You don't have to spend a fiver to get 100. Just spend it, okay? It's yours to spend. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the amazing products. Now, the one day special is quite special today because it's one from Sarah herself, put together in a wonderful collection that Sarah does so well. And I've said it from day one with Sarah. She's brilliant at putting kits together, affordability and creatively, in the sense that all you need is the kit and you need your essentials, as in your glue, your tape and things like that. So let's talk about the first item. You can see it on the screen there. It's the wonderful wallet which comes with all of the essentials you need to create amazing cards. Now this one is a sunflower collection. I've got it all out for you, but I'm sure Sarah will show you the papers in a little bit more depth on her side. She's got rub-ons too. So let's do a quick overview, because I like to talk about the product, but I don't like to spend too much time on it, because I think it's really important that we get to Sarah, so Sarah can talk you through her reasoning why she's put it together, why it's so wonderful, and why she's decided to do what she's doing with this wonderful collection. So in this particular one, it comes in the wallet, which collects and holds it all together. So if you like storage straight away. We have the rub-ons. Now it all coordinates beautifully. It is the sunflower theme too. So although it is sunflower, it doesn't have to be sunflower-esque. And you can see from some of the samples in a second, we've got some blue flowers as well, which look very gerberier, I think, as well. So we have the rub-ons. Then we have a collection of pattern papers, which are very rustic in design as well, quite grungy. The layers and the texture, very Sarah, this one. And then up at the top here, I mean, look at all this value. All of this comes for that incredible price of $39.99. So at the top, we have the layering stencil systems for your sunflowers, which can work independently or with the die. And then you have the die as well, which can work on top of. And then we have the stamp as well. So we have, Tim's trying his best to show you it all there in great length. So we have the A6 stamp as well, which is a 5 by 4 1/4 stamp too.
And you've got the matching die with that stamp as well.
That is
in the back of the packaging.
So that is value. That is incredible value.
I did get a bit carried away with this one.
You're just a bit. So you can scan the QR code if you want. So this is $39.99. Now, if you have your points accrued from Stamps by Me or you are a club member, you're looking at less than £33, which is a steal. And some of you are on free postage if you are in the States as well. So wherever you're shopping in the world, let me know if you have purchased it on the comments. Let me know in the comments what you're going to make with this. So that is the first item. Item number 091024 Alpha, that full complete collection, okay? Tons of you have already bought this morning on pre-launch, so well done if you've got that one. Now I have some goodies for you down the counter as well. So Sarah's put some lovely other items to build in with. So if you are wanting extra rub-ons, because as always with Sarah, you all ask for extra rub-ons, we have the rub-ons on the show as well. They are linked underneath if you are watching on our website, but equally when you are shopping the show, you can see all of the items too. So if you're wanting the rub-ons, these are an extra set because some of you do like to top up. So item number for this one is 091024 Bravo. I'll get Sarah to show you them in a little bit more detail and how the system works, because the rub-ons are awesome. And if you do like to do those giftables and you do like to see your designs through onto envelopes, what a great way to see the design through onto the envelope as well. Make it look like it's not a bill. That's what we like. So those are available too. Now if you do check out your basket and then you realise that you want to add something else, you can add any further items to your basket or to your previous order without extra postage. It will automatically show on the screen for you all, and you'll be able to check that out and put it through as one transaction. As long as that first order has not left the building, you are good to go. So let's have a look at the next item on the counter. This is awesome. You know I love a box, and you all give me grief for a box. I do apologise, but you all give me grief for a box. Now this is the Matchbox. Now yeah, okay, how does this system work? It's cool, and I'm going to show you in a second. I didn't show you any samples for the other, but as Sarah's demoing and things like that, I will show you as many samples as I can. So this one is your Matchbox. Now, it's basically one pass, or two passes, because there's two parts to it, through your machine and build it. So if you want to use the papers, the coordinating vellums, whatever you want to use, two passes through a machine, and you can create boxes that look like this, Matchboxes. Oh, love, love, love. Now the front die is on the front, and then you have the bottom die, which is, the wrap around the box, which is on the back, and you get both. You get both, okay? And this is an A5 pack on here as well, so you can see. So let me just show you this wonderful, I mean, this has got some goodness inside as well. It's so wonderful. So I'm going to take it out and I'll show you it in a second. Can I keep this? I would wear that.
It's gorgeous,
So here we go. So this is the Matchbox that you can create. Now, if you are watching, please share the show that would be wonderful. Let's share the love of craft, but it makes the base and it makes the sleeve to create that wonderful Matchbox effect. How cool is that? So that had held this gift here, which has got the rub-ons on there as well. So think about Christmas if you want to. I love, love, love this die. I wish I'd have thought of this idea actually, because it's super, super cool. I say that every time you're here. And then in this particular box, Sarah's used some shrink plastic and made a little keychain. I'll just show on the back of my hand. From the stamp set as well. How cool is that?
That is the A6 stamp shrunk down, isn't that cute?
That is cool. And here is the box from that die set. So you could do your sleeve. Think about all the papers you've got in your stash, guys. I'd run these through. Do a 10 tops, 10 bottoms, make. And you could even put them in these impacts to sell.
You could do, but also for me, I'm thinking this time of year, we're getting heading up to the Christmas. So it's great for those little giftables and putting all your kind of little treats and charms in there as gift packaging. But yeah, you could absolutely cut them up and
sell them. You could sell like 5 for a couple of pounds, something like that, couldn't you, for people to build themselves and make into gifts themselves. So I love that item. So the item number for this one is 091024 Delta, and that's for that incredible die set. I can see it being built in with this collection already. So now this is cool. Now, last time you had a one-day special here, Sarah had the layering words, and you were all saying, "Oh, I can see you doing it in so many different words," because the layering stencil that she overlaid and put that creative design inside. You were all on comments straight away going, "Oh, you could do love, you could do hope, you could do this, you could do that." Well, she does listen sometimes. I'm not saying all the time.
I listen to the viewers, not you.
Okay, so here we go. Look at this. Hope this time.
How cool.
How beautiful is that? So you get the layering stencils and the glitter paste. Let me show you the glitter paste.
Oh, black tie.
Oh,
I know.
So we have black tie, champagne on ice, and bright meadow. Now I'm just going to take the lid off and show you. Oh.
So black tie is our black with, as you can see from that shot there, the gold mixed in. So it's a fabulous
I'll show you the next one.
Very luxurious.
Oh, these are nice. You can tell Sarah's been using these.
I have, they are mine, yeah.
Yeah,
you will get a full pot.
You will get a full pot home. And one more. So the layering system with the stencil is as you ink through the word hope, and then your second layer you can add colour, dimension, whatever you want to, and create that lovely sort of dimension on your cards. Add that touch of sparkle and you are good to go. Now this is just linked underneath the show, so do check that one out. And
Bright Meadow is new today. So that's
colour green.
Literally just arrived in the building this week. So I've wanted to put these 3 colours together because I think they go beautifully with that sunflower theme. Nice. It's a gorgeous, really fresh green, bright.
That is nice. Very nice. So that one is your 2 stencils and your 3 pastes. Now the colours as well work seamlessly with the collection as well, but equally that black tie is one that I need. I always like a black, and I always like a clear and a silver. So there we go, it's on screen for you there.
And you get a free palette knife with it too.
She's got it covered. A free palette knife too. So 091024 Echo, 18.99. 50ml pots as well, 18.99. Totally awesome. Now moving down, embossing folders. You talking my language? So stop showing off. Right, so here we go. We have a wonderful embossing folder. Now this is a little A6 one, so just a touch smaller than your A5 ones. And this is the wonderful sort, I mean, this is all year.
It is. It's a classic, the kind of dotted diamonds. It's going to give you that look almost kind of you can make it, whatever colourway you use it with. It could look like rugs. You could use it as very classic backgrounds. It could look a bit tribal. But I just love it because I just think it's so versatile. Just there, white on white. This is one that you don't need to do a lot of the clever techniques with because I just think it's going to give you that added pop of texture.
I love embossing folders that look understated but really do pack a punch on a card.
They do the work for you.
Well, I just love embossing folders, so there we go. So that's an easy one for me. Add that to your basket straight away. Whilst we're on this one though, guys, this one, item number 091024 Charlie. So this is the brand new one. Absolutely wonderful. We also have an embossing folder on a happy hour deal, and I'll show you that as we go through the show as well, which is a sunflower. So if you are wanting to coordinate, it's one of mine. I have added that to the show, and we'll touch on that in a second. So the last thing on the counter, we also have other items in the show, but I need to get to Sarah so she can show you all the good stuff. But before we do that, I just want to touch on this paperweight. Now, when we put this in the advent calendar last year, I had so many messages saying the advent calendar with the paperweight, and can we just buy the paperweight, Toni, because I love it so much. I didn't have the funds to get the £100 advent calendar, but I would really love the paperweight if possible. Well, here is the paperweight. Now, I don't have a lot of these, no fighting. So it is the paperweight, which is engraved with our statement piece, which we use and have used in studio and with our branding for a long time now. And it says on there, share the love of craft. You can see it in that photo there. And we've got my name on there and the signature heart. So this is more of a keepsake if you are a Stamps by Me follower. If you would like to get somebody a gift, what a great gift too. But if you are in the stamping area of your craft, it can be used as an acrylic block. You've seen me use it on Create and Craft many times, but if you just want it on your side just as a reminder every day to share the love of craft, then so be it. But it is a great gift if you are. So for those of you that did click and wanted to know, here it is. There isn't a ton, so there we go. So that one,
does it come in that?
It comes in the carry case as well, so you can put a nice big ribbon through if you wanted to. So item number for this one is 101024 Alpha, and again, £25 if you are those savings and those points, and then you've got your club, and so it is just a cute gift if you are interested. It's not a necessity, but if you do like giftables and things like that, memorabilia, I like to support as well. If you did it, I'd do it for you and vice versa for a friend, would you? Yeah. So it's just one of those things. It's not a necessity, but it's just a cute idea and a memory to say, come on, share love.
So does that mean that the next ones you do, you're going to engrave my logo on?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Tried.
We have got a new one though in the new one. But anyway, moving on. So I'm going to throw to Sarah so she can show you. You're
going to show your embossing folder?
Oh, do I have to? I've put this on at a happy hour deal for you. She's a great reminder. She keeps me in check. So I've popped this embossing folder on, which is the sunflower, and it's the sunflower just down the base of this 6x6. You can see it there. So the item number for this one is $5.99. Sorry, the price has been reduced to $5.99. The code is 010223 Romeo. So if you are in the sunflower theme and the mood, then you have a full collection of different items to get your creative juices going with your craft. Now I'm going to throw over to Sarah, and it looks like she's going to show you through some rub-ons and maybe some papers and things like that. I'm going to shut up now. The sales pitch is over. If you want any of the items, they are all linked. You can scan the QR code. Over to you, my lovely.
Right, well, I'll take you your word that you're not going to say anything more.
Until now.
That was it. Did I get 5 seconds? What I'm just going to show you on the counter here, because Tony's given you an overview of what's in that signature wallet. This is, I think, our 5th or 6th signature wallet, and I think the last one we brought here to you at How to Craft Network was maybe back in August. It was the Rustic Romance, which was super popular. So I know how much you have all been loving our rub-ons. I think I've managed to create a mini addiction amongst all of you, which gives me great joy. And the set that we have in this collection, because it's called Hope Blooms, it is all about positivity. It's all about kind of bringing some sunshine into the life of yourself and loved ones. It's a set of 4 A6 sheets of rub-ons, and as you can see, packed full of imagery. And quite a lot of the images have got that kind of watercolour staining around them. And I'll show you here, what you get is the actual main image, the focal image is in white, so that will be opaque. It will kind of really pop on your projects, but you'll get that soft watercolour fade around it as well. So it's a really lovely combination. So you're going to get lots of teeny tiny little elements here, which are going to be embellishments for you, but also you get bigger elements too, which can be your focal points or your corners as you choose. So you get all 4 of those in the kit. And then we also get the papers. I think there are 9 designs and 2 of each. And they're about, I think it's about 120 GSM, so a nice thickness. However, if you're going to make your matchboxes, what I would recommend is you cut your matchboxes out of card and then cut this as a second layer, because it wouldn't necessarily be robust enough to make a really kind of strong, sturdy box for you, but great as a covering. And as Tony's already said, we've gone grungy, we've got layers, we've got that kind of collage style to it with text in there, peeled paint. I just think these are beautifully autumnal and kind of really, they could create a card front for you just in one go, really. Just add a sentiment and you've got your kind of card completed. But I have deliberately added some kind of breaker elements to it as well. So you've got this paper does actually have some texture in it, but it's a nice solid for you to work on as a base. You've got another one here which has kind of got that beautiful kind of grainy detail. So you've got some neutrals as well as your sunflowers. So if you want to work with your stamps and stencils on top of them, you absolutely can.
And guess what, Sarah? We've got some newbies on. I'm going to give some dedicated shout outs because I thought we might get some new people today. We've got Linda Dance has said, just found you. Oh, poor you, Linda. Poor you. Well, I hope you're enjoying the show so far. So Sarah's just kindly going through her new collection kit, which is such an affordable kit, which enables you to basically be creative from the get-go. As soon as you get it through your door, you can be creative straight away. Layering stencils, dies, papers, wallet. What else we got? We've got the rub-ons.
Yes.
So, and then we've got the large die, and the stamp comes with a die as well. So the whole complete collection. Now you can see it all on the website, and you can just peruse in your own time. But let's get to demo because I really want to see the stencils.
Absolutely. So what I'm going to do is use the layering stencil, and what I'll show you when I've inked up the stencil is very, very easy. It's 3 layers, but actually you don't even need to use a 3rd layer if you're going to use the die on top, because the die is designed to almost give you that line art overlay. So again, if you're ever kind of feeling a bit challenged by blending, you don't need to worry with this style of stencil and die, because the die is going to give you the definition back again. So I'm going to use some fossilised amber, got this taped down, and fossilised amber being, I think, a perfect sunflower colour. And as you've seen me do many a time, unless you're new, I'm very warm welcome to you. If you are, I'm using my blending brushes just to bring that colour over the flower. And I'm not needing to kind of think about it too much or pick out various elements, because the next layer that I add on top of this is going to bring the further detail into the image.
So we've got Julia Watson.
Oh, hi, Julia, lovely.
No clue this channel existed. Where have you been, Julia? We've only been here for 10 years. 10 years, How to Craft Network Studio. Come on, come on. I hope you're well, sweetheart.
Oh, great to see you, Julia.
Yes, we do. Hope you're well.
Cool stuff. So as you'll see as well, and I'll point this out, in terms of this layering stencil, you can see it kind of almost has a slight curve to it. So this is great for corners. You could flip this over and do the other corner of your card. But also, what I haven't added to the stencil, but you will see on the die when we bring it into shot, is I took the stems out. So this is the same image, but without the stems, because I was conscious if you do want to use it as a stencil and as a corner, or as a wreath, if you wanted to kind of repeat it several times, you might not want the stem element to it, but you can absolutely add it when you put your die on top.
So I've got a quick question from Carol Ann. Question, does the die cuts the inside drawer and the outside wrap? Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking sunflower. Then your Matchbox, yes, it does. And there's a separate die that will cut, if you wish to have a window in your Matchbox, that you can use to cut out of the wrap to create a window if you want people to be able to see what is inside the Matchbox, almost like a display box. So I left that as a separate die that you could add in if you wish to do that. So yeah, lots of variations that you can create with that.
Nice.
So I'm going to just add a little bit, because I can't help myself. Try and find one of my smaller brushes. I'm just going to add a little bit of brown. So this is the ground espresso. And this is one of those ways that you can just add a little bit of toning and shading with your inks and your brushes. And it makes the image pop. It stops it being overly flat. You're not just putting one colour on. So I'm adding a little bit, just a real touch of that kind of brown around the kind of central part of the sunflower, because that's where you get your shadowing and your deeper colour in the...
It's already looking great.
So it's one of those little things that sometimes if you just stop and take the time to do it will make all the difference. So Now we're going to end up with a large white area in the middle of our sunflowers, as you'd imagine. And what I've got here is my next layer is both the centre of the sunflower, but also the leaves as well. And again, I was thinking these are far enough apart that you don't need to worry about kind of contaminating your colours across the two. So I decided to take the gamble, the risk that you would be okay to have these two elements on the same stencil. So a bit of ground espresso. I think it's my favourite distressed brown.
They're all really nice.
There's a fair few to choose from,
I like
aren't there?
the fact that you sort of like made sure there's not enough space, because I don't have the time or the capacity to start sort of taping off, and I can't be bothered with it, if I'm completely honest. So being able to get those colours separated, because you've separated it in such a way, quick card making. I like my quick cards.
Yeah.
Unless I'm painting, I'll spend a little bit more time. But quick cards, it's the way forward.
And this for me, I mean, the A6 stamp is fabulous for colouring, and if you want to sit and be mindful and add your colour, that's great. But sometimes we want to create the image on the card and not feel we've got to spend the time with our watercolours and all our various kind of pencils. So that's the brown gone. And you can see I'm taking very little care and effort, because when we put our stencil over the top, our dye over the top, it's actually going to add a lot of detail to the centre of that flower. So you just need to give the impression of the colour being there. Let's add a little bit of rustic wilderness. And I don't even think I've lined this up brilliantly, but again, I'm hoping, she says, I'm hoping that the dye is going to do the work for me and create that, bring those lines back in. So
really
again,
wonderful to have that dye, isn't it? I've got a question here.
Go for it.
Carol Clark, question. Have the refills for last year's advent calendar come out? No, darling, don't panic. Don't panic. November, I'll let you have them all, then you can get them packed into your advent calendar.
I'm getting the advent calendar this year, the new one. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it went down a storm last year, so. Oh, that looks fantastic.
So I've slightly, can you see there, just a bit of an overlap of colour. So I've slightly misaligned that second one, purely because I was just trying to chase. But the magic of this, and there is a third layer, which I won't use here because I'm going to use the dye over the top, so it's not going to cause me any issues. But I have given you a third layer where you can add the detail into the centre of your flowers. So if you don't want to use the dye at all, but you want to have your kind of sunflowers with a little bit more definition to them, there is that third layer which is going to give you that kind of seeds, the kind of that sunflower seed centre for the flowers. So that's in the set as well. But as you can already see from the dye, let's use the kind of browny colour, I think, the kind of softer colour. That's actually going to do that same job for you. So by putting our dye over the top, you can see how that's going to now kind of create that definition, and it's really going to pop off the card.
It pop from the page.
So you could absolutely take your time, add more depth in with your inks, or use your Stellar Paste as one of the layers and give yourself a little bit more definition with that glitter and the texture that the Stellar Paste can give you. So you can use them individually or as a combo.
You know, that would look so good in gold mirror board because of the feel of the sunflowers. Yes. So if you've got some gold sparkly card or some mirror board, that'd probably just like pop from the page.
If you see just the dye here in white on that kind of the more rusticy backgrounds, you know, I was saying about the breaker card, the colours, the neutrals, and it could just pop against that. Or
that is just so nice.
Another variation on this theme is that you could actually colour this, and I think you've seen Toni do this many times in studio, is actually add colour to the outline, you know, add your browns, your yellows, your greens, and almost have it as a coloured image, coloured line art that you then put on a white base. So there's just so many ways you can use a dye like this, and it's a big one. It's a good, you know, this is a 5x7 paper, and you can see this in the sentiment, and you absolutely fill that space perfectly. So there are so many, honestly, there are so many combinations. In fact, I think I had one of the design team put a post on social media today saying that they were still kind of sulking a little bit that they had to move on and start working with other collections because they'd have just kept going with this one.
The snippability on that one though, Sarah, is fantastic because you could actually take the centre flower out and not dispose of, but remove the back too if you wanted to. Can I just show some samples here, Sarah, please? Because we've got, the design team always do a cracking job, and I like to show them as much as I can to show you the sort of different creations that you can create. So this is that lovely stamp. So the stamp does come with the coordinating die, and I'll just show you here. So the stamp is there, and then it comes with the coordinating die. So you can 3D the elements if you want to, or they can be left as an entity on their own. But here you can see them teamed up with those incredible papers, building your stencils if you want to. Look at this. So everything here has come from the kit. All you really need is your own card blanks. This is one of my favourites cards. Who's made this one? So this is Ali. Well done, Ali. I really love this card.
It's just showing there how it can look really quite airy and fresh. You know, by using the white outline on the die, it really kind of makes it look softer.
Yeah, and then we've got a shaker, little dome here in the centre of the flower. We've got other samples to show you as well. So just a quick recap. We'll go back to Sarah in just 1 second, but this wallet is absolutely flying. 178 if you have this in your cart at the moment. So basically it is that wallet with all of the components inside the storage wallet. So the storage wallet has the rub-ons, it has the paper collection, it has the layering stencils that Sarah's just used for you in her demonstration, then the large die, and then the stamp and the die also in there as well. So you get the complete collection for $39.99, and the code for this one is 091024 alpha. Check out your baskets, guys, because I won't want anybody to miss out. We don't have thousands, as you know, so check out your baskets on that one. So I'll just throw it back to you there, Sarah, so you can complete.
Yeah, so just for finishing this card, so you can see I've matted and layered it. I've not stuck the die down, mainly because I forgot my wet glue, so it's a wet glue job really. So I'm just going to kind of artfully place it over my stenciling. But what I did want to show you is another way of using your Hope stencil. So we talk about a 2-layer stencil that looks fabulous with those stellar pastes and the real kind of dimension that they can give you. But there's so many ways you can use this stencil, and the way I've got it on for this card is I have backed one of the pattern papers onto some craft card just to give it a bit more kind of weight. And all I did, the classic, the old school way of using a stencil, which was drew round the letters and cut them out. And I did a bit of ink blending. So we've got the H, P and E. And now we've got options. So I'll ask Toni what she thinks is the best one to use here. I've cut a sunflower.
Smart pants.
Out of the
I
papers.
was wondering where that was going. That is so cool.
To make the O. Or I have...
No.
No.
No. It's got to be a flower.
It's great to get instant feedback, isn't it? No, don't do that.
That looks
But
so
that
cool.
is the O from the stencil, where I've added the layered, that geometric pattern that comes with the stencil into that. So just think with that layered stencil how you could die cut the O out and create a shaker element in your Hope card as well. So you can die cut a circle and work behind the circle. You can absolutely cut an element out of it that you've already inked and pasted up, and that makes a great kind of a pattern in its own right as a self-contained. But you know, we're in Toni's studio, so we better do as she says.
Well, we've just had a big surge on mytelly.com, so we've got over 190 people on mytelly.com.
Wow.
We've got over 100 people on YouTube. I know there's people on Facebook. I'm trying to go in and out of all of the applications here, but you can watch us in 5 locations. And at the moment, we're tipping on nearly 400 people watching the show. So I wouldn't say that's down to your demo. That's probably down to me.
I'd say it's
We are friends, I promise. We are totally friends. So I just love that card. Could I keep that card? Or should we do it as a giveaway?
I tell you what, Swapsy, I'll have the paperweight, you have the card.
No. Sorry about me. No. So, the wallet has just gone crazy. Absolutely crazy, which is fantastic. Now, while Sarah just moves and shuffles some paper around and make it look like she's busy for her next demonstration, I'm just going to go through some of the comments. So, We have all of the comments here. So Julie said she's subscribed now, so welcome to our lovely crafty family, darling. I do hope you're well. And then we've got, let's have a look, Jane Bolton, question, in light of current, what have I started reading here? So, question, in light of current uncertainty in the craft world, would there be any possibility of you resurrecting the brand days, Toni? I'll think about it. I might already have thought about it though, but I'm thinking about it too. So leave that one with me, Jane. Great question, that one. So Julie says, sorry she had to disappear to hang out her washing. I mean, come on, priorities.
It's a good drying day. It's a good drying day. Well done, you.
Brian says he loves your layering stencils, Sarah.
Oh, thank you, Brian.
And Maureen says this is beautiful. Did you know that sunflowers come in many colours, reds and purples too?
Ooh,
Selena says she's got lots of ideas. Julie says she's off to order. Seal says absolutely beautiful. And then well, there's just lots of comments. I will go back and reply to all the comments in all of the other locations as well. So just a quick recap, we have multiple items in the show. The happy hour deal, which is our sunflower, which is called Sunshine, which we've taken from £10 now to £5.99, is also being added to people's carts too. But we have other items in the show. Now, the Matchbox set as well, everything's flying. As always, we don't bring you tons of stuff. So I feel like most of you invest in 2 or 3 items and you add to cart, accrue those points, get your extra discounts and savings and things like that, which is incredible. Now, we don't forget, we do have our app. We have nearly 1,000 people in our app now. If you scan the QR code on the TV, it will introduce you to our app. Now, the app is not a selling platform. It is a safe haven for crafters who want to interact, share the love of craft, share their makes in a place where people appreciate it. And it's a community where you can actually make virtual friends. That sounds really crazy to say, right? But lots of us don't get out, can't get out, don't have family, you know, don't have places to go and watch craft so much now. This is a great place to go. I put giveaways in there. I also send you push notifications when we are live in studio too, so you always get that little nudge. So you're never going to miss a show if you're not busy. So scan that if you want to join our app. And then on the other side of the screen, you can see there, you can scan the QR code to shop too. And there's 2, so go with whatever one you want to go with, so you can get those. So in the show also, I'm just going to quickly touch on the magazine. Now, the magazine is in the show. It's reduced from $34.99 to $29.99, and the reason I've added this to the show as a little bit of an upsell for you all is simply because we are down to like 3 numbers on these, and we are due to release another one. Now, if you are wanting to collect the magazines and be in the collective group, which I know a lot of you are, then you can get this one now. We don't have lots, we don't repeat, we don't go back to reprint or anything like that. So the magazine comes with the A4 stamp set, and it also comes with the layering stencils and the die to go with. So basically, I'll just turn this one around here for you. You can see the code on the screen, and at the bottom there you can see how it makes that lovely rose, but you get the A4 stamp set as well, and all of this creative content.
Am I correct in thinking that I won a craft battle when we use this one?
Let's move on. So there we go. There is the magazine for you all. So if you're wanting to get it now, because we don't go to reprint, we do have another one dropping imminently. I know a lot of you absolutely adored our first magazine. Well, we do have the second one en route. So the item number for that one, 110324 Alpha, $29.99. And again, dependent on where you are and how you shop, you will have those points. So let's shut up for 5 minutes and let's get Sarah to do another great demo. Thank you.
Well, you think I was in a professional studio with professionals, but this is the Eureka that I've just dug out from under the counter, which is filled with black card as the cushion and has a stamp already on it.
Well, that just shows you I craft.
Outrageous. What kind of conditions are you expecting me to create?
That is my Halloween stamp, and that is me crafting. See? She thought she was catching me out there when actually it just proves I am a crafter.
It just proves that you're like me and you don't tidy up after yourself.
All right, moving on.
So what I'm going to do is, as we were saying about how beautiful that dye, that white dye looked on that kind of dark paper, I'm going to white heat emboss the large A6 stamp that comes in the kit, because although it looks absolutely stunning coloured, and I'll show you an example how with using the matching dye I've been able to kind of colour that and create a real show-stopping kind of focal point for my card. Equally, if you're not as keen to do your colouring in, then the line art in this will give you a beautiful effect with the white heat. Oh, thank you, I've forgotten about a heat gun. So I thought you generated enough hot air, we wouldn't need one. Oh!
Did you see that? I just creeped across there, professional, turned the tool on, pulled it from underneath the counter, put it on top, and then she says, oh, I thought you'd generate enough fresh air. Honestly, come on. Look how red she's gone now. You are crazy. Funny onion, funny onion.
Don't be starting again. I've never got over apple catchers. Right, so I haven't got any magnets on here, but we'll hope that it's just gonna work. I've got one already done because fortunately one of us in this room is prepared, and that would be Tim. So here you can see I'm not looking to get the full image on the card. I'm going to add corner detail with my white heat embossing. So fingers crossed that Tony's measured her card stack to the right level to give us a good impression. We shall see any second now when we add the white embossing powder.
I forgot, did I mention the giveaway, Sarah?
You didn't, I don't think.
I
no.
didn't. Oh, so we're doing a live giveaway as well. So if you comment, if you can share, that'd be wonderful. Pick a live winner for a voucher to spend on the website during this live show. And then we'll also pick a winner from anybody who comments underneath this live video also. So plenty of reasons to share the love of craft.
Yeah, good point. I don't think you did mention that. So fortunately, she was right. She had been using it for crafting, and it was operating as a Eureka. Look how beautiful that looks. Even with that, even before I kind of heat set the embossing powder. Of course, if you were doing this at home, you'd have used your anti-static bag, so you wouldn't have had any stray dots. But actually, I would probably be adding white splatters to this when I've finished anyway. So I always feel that masks any stray embossing that goes where I don't want it to. Let's see if she has in fact plugged in the heat gun.
I paid my bills. Just.
So just chase that. I just love white heat embossing on these kind of dark surfaces. I just think it always looks really elegant. There we go. So it just gives you a good indication that even though this is 120 GSM paper, it absolutely will take your kind of heat embossing. If you're going to use your Stella paste on it, it will probably work okay. Just don't be alarmed while that paste is drying for it to have a little bit of warping until it kind of dries and then flattens back out. So I have already gone ahead and completed that that combination by just repeat stamping in the other corner. I've used some of Toni's fabulous cotton pigment ink around the edge just to give me a soft blend, and I've added one of the sentiments from the stamp set to the Hope Blooms. But to frame this focal point a little bit, let me just apply the rub-ons, and I won't apply all of them, but because we would be here all day. But let me do a corner element just so you can see how beautifully they're going to kind of elevate this card. I'm sure I've got one here. Look at this. Large corner there. Really, really easy to use. Just we're going to cut it out, we're going to apply it, and because this has got this kind of watercolour, this kind of messy watercolour outline, then it's very, very friendly for cutting out, because you're not going to try and get all of that all of those watercolour details, but it's going to give you a fade out of the image anyway, so it really won't matter how precise your cutting is. But it's a big one, right? I mean, in terms of the actual corner this is going to cover, you can see that even though these are A6 sheets, it really is going to give you quite a large surface area. Now, these ones do come with the lolly stick. Not all of my rub-ons come with the lolly stick, but this one does, so I shall use it. So you've seen me do this many a time. I won't take ages doing it, but it is quite, I do warn you now, it is quite addictive. And when you see all the little butterflies and the bows and all the things that you're going to get on this set of A6 rub-ons, then you will be continually looking for opportunities just to add an embellishment, because I never get tired of seeing the kind of finish that these give when they're being applied to a project. Glass, plastic, wood, you know, a whole host of surfaces that will take your rub-ons, even canvas and fabric if you want to embellish kind of pencil cases or little gift bags.
And if you have a pants glass mat that's got no decorative on, you can use the rub-ons to decorate. I've seen lots of glass mats decorated with Sarah's rub-ons as well, so, you know, have a play around with it. And the thing is, they're sort of like foolproof as well, so if you're not great at it, there's nothing lost. If you lift it up and it's not quite covered, just put it back down and give it another scratch. I don't have the lollipop sticks. I just sometimes use the end of a paintbrush or a tool or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it does come with a lolly stick in this pack, but actually quite often I use a bone folder or the end of my brush. I use whatever I've got to hand. As long as it's not sharp and you're not going to be kind of scratching into your image, anything will let the surface go down. But I mean, you can see there in relation to the transfer of the image, there's nothing left on my carrier sheet, so I know that all of that image has gone onto the edge of that bit that I've just torn. So let me show you how this card would then come together. All I've done is applied that exact same rub-on in that corner, another of the large elements in this corner, and when we put the that kind of focal point with the white heat embossing on the top, I think that's kind of got lots and lots of impact. And the colour is just in the background. You've just got two corner elements. Just imagine how many cards you're going to be able to make with these kind of A6 rub-ons, because there are so many elements that you'll be able to build up around your focal points in the set. But I think that's quite a classy card, don't you, Toni?
That's a great gents card.
Yeah, actually, it's true. And I think that's what I like about the sunflowers and about the colour way of this collection. It's not too bright and rainbowy. It's really quite muted and grungy and understated. And I think, as you say, it will work for all genders.
Yep. Such a nice card. Do you know, every time Sarah brings something new and I stand in, I'm like, oh, I really want to get over there and craft with her. There's just not enough space. And she stood on a box because she's short. And then I stand at the side of her. I got her back there. Did you see that? That were a belter. Got her back, right? But she always brings something creative where I'm like, I want to craft. And I've just been reading through the comments and a lot of you are like, oh, feeling really inspired. Can't wait to play. I'm going to play now. Great. So I know some of you have had a little bit of a knock with your creative spirit with the current events that are happening, but you can always come to Stamps by Me and How to Craft Network for a smiley face, some inspiration, and even just for a chat if you wish. So I am just going to recap on one of the things which is super popular, which is the die for that lovely Matchbox. I'm going to show you both of these, and I'm just going to ping back to Sarah. She's got a few more little bits and pieces that she wants to show you before the end of the show. So it's this what I want to touch on here. This one is absolutely flying the bundle. Thank you so much if you have purchased it. I can't wait to see what you're all going to make with it. And if you can share your makes everywhere, Funky Fossils page, Eureka fan page, wherever it may be. But I just want to touch on this credible die. So the die is the top and the sleeve for your Matchbox. So this is the sleeve that goes around. No measuring, just 2 passes through the machine. And then you've got your box element there. And you also can pop a creative window in if you wanted to. And it creates these types of lovely boxes where you can put keepsakes, giftables. Sarah's already said that you can cut them through and do them and sell them as boxes if you wanted to do them as gift boxes for somebody else too. So just a wonderful way to use the papers that we all accumulate, love, adore, and don't really want to cut into, but they're going to make lovely boxes. These would be great for wedding favours. You could wrap ribbon around them, presents, a 21st key or something like that, a set of car keys for a passing a test. Even just Haribo's at Halloween, if you did them in the sort of of deep purples and orange tones and things like that, autumn colours, and then you have your summer colours as well, so you have all those things to go at. That's probably like a workhorse for you there. So this one's 091024 Delta and it's $19.99. So Sarah's got something else she wants to show?
Yeah, not really a demo, just to kind of inspire you or encourage you to, when you look at something like an A6 embossing folder, don't feel that is the complete scale of what you can create with it. They're perfect. Certainly ones like this, which have got that kind of generic pattern that you can kind of repeat on your projects. You can absolutely extend and make them a different kind of length. So all I've done here, and as I say, I'm not going to run it through the machine and do the whole demo, because I just think I was going to add white ink, but actually it doesn't need it, does it? Look how well that pops on the camera.
Can I just ask, did I just miss that, grabbing a load of samples, how you did that?
So all I've done, and I said, is literally put the embossing folder through a piece of the craft card one way.
Okay.
And then turned it around and did it the other way.
So you got a border in the middle.
So this would be great. I mean, you could have the border or the gap in the middle, any size that you want. You could have your sentiment in there. You could have a focal
your sentiments
point.
from your rub-ons would go in the middle.
Exactly. So you can make that the real kind of statement part of the card. So all I was really wanting to just show here is that this is kind of just a 5x7 card, but although this is an A6 embossing folder, I've been able to extend it. You could make it into a DL card if you wanted to make that strip even longer.
I did one similar to this, Sarah, and it were like beads. Can you remember, like twirly beads? And we cannot keep that one in stock.
Hot?
Yeah, all different twirly beads.
Like
and it's
one.
the same as that, guys. It's got that lovely like bead effect on there with that sort of like 3D element on there. I love that.
And in both the makes that I've used it with, I've not even bothered applying ink to it, because I just think it has enough dimension to make it interesting. And then all I was going to say is that for me on this one, I'm not going to use the centre for a focal for a sentiment. I just thought that really just pops off, and I have to read out this sentiment from the A6 stamp set, which is "Smile, a curve that sets everything straight."
That is such a cool
Isn't that a
sentiment.
cute one? So there we go.
That is so
Card done.
So posh. I love that card.
It's so simple.
I like
isn't
to
it?
just look at cards because I'm just like to look at nice cards, and that's a beautiful card. Can we just have a look at those two on there? Like if you just did the outline out, yeah, just see what that looks like.
So again, I think probably the white one would really. So again, offset it slightly,
and then your sentiment on top.
And so, yeah,
we do get creative when we get together sometimes, you know.
Where would it go? Would it go top corner, do you reckon?
I don't know. I like it all. I like it on top of the design.
Yeah, I do. And then put it there where you've got your central kind of panel.
Yeah. Sarah, while you're just on overhead there, can I just push these in under overhead as well? Because I just want to show a few options. So that's one with your lovely
That's
ribbon.
one I did. So I've got your embossing folder there, bit of twine, gives that rustic vibe.
This is cool.
Isn't this amazing by Ali? So what Ali's done is created an acetate front to the card, used the rub-ons on it, just gives you real layered dimension there. This one, I don't know who this one's by. It's by Brian.
Black and white, it's always a cool
just
way.
the paper. Yeah, I love that because.
Has Brian done snippability? Oh no, he hasn't.
No, it's just, but just use that single image. You've got the matching die, so that's literally a 2-minute job. I'm not saying you didn't put a lot of work into it, Brian, but it's just a 2-minute job.
Brian's cards are really cool.
They're fabulous. So this one's from Ali. So again, you get 2 of each of the papers in the kit. So she's taken advantage of that by layering up and adding some dimension with the sunflower on there.
And then the last one.
And then all of these cards, you'll see here, they've all got these rub-ons. And because they melt into the pattern paper and to the print, you don't necessarily always see them at first sight, but you can see how beautifully they match the colourways of the paper.
I just think it's a cute kit. I think it's
a cool
absolutely
kit,
wonderful.
isn't it?
And we do, let's have a look. Let's have a look. So let's make sure we've got no questions. So have you enjoyed the show?
You're asking me? I have. I've had a great time.
I enjoyed the show. I always enjoy our shows, don't you? We always have fun.
Yes, Tony, yes.
I paid her to say that. I didn't really. So let's just see if we've got any questions before we close the show. I do have a winner picked for a voucher to spend. So all you need to do is message us with your name and I will send you a code to spend on the website. Then I have the name already. But if you can continue to share the show as much as you possibly can, that would be incredible for the growth and just sharing the love of craft anyway. But all of the items, we did have quite a bit of stock of Sarah's show today, simply because we got beaten up last time because people who finished work, there was nothing left.
Oh, I think beaten up by me.
Yeah, and she continued to load stock and it still wasn't sufficient. So she's got a lot of stock of this one. So please don't panic buy in the sense that, oh, I'm going to have to get it now before it all goes, because you can shop and peruse at your own leisure, and we do appreciate. We have lots of our USA friends who shop later because they get up later. And whilst I'm on those people as well, our lovely friends in Florida, I am delighted that you've all come out the back end of Hurricane Milton safe and well. I know a lot of you have lost sheds and covers and bits and pieces from your yard, but you've all come out unscathed, which we are all very happy about, and we are still thinking about you all while you are in the clean-up process as well. And you can always shout out to Stamps by Me if you need help, guidance, assistance with anything. Just give us a shout. So we're delighted you're all okay. So the winner for the show today is a lady called Denise Houlons. You are the winner today. You have won a voucher to spend as you please on our website. So well done, sweetheart.
Congrats, Denise.
Congratulations. So if you want to be in with a second chance to win, all you need to do is pop a comment underneath this video. Did you enjoy the show? Pop a comment on, did you like me better than you liked Sarah today? Sarah always wins on the craft battle, so you really need to tell me how fabulous I am so I don't get monk on.
You've only just started talking to me again now.
Yeah, we've all just made friends again. So whatever you're doing, have a fantastic app, have a fantastic weekend. That's Tim pointing at the app, and I'm so much going on. But don't forget, we have that competition in the app for £100 or sterling or euros or dollars for answering that question and getting our crafty app. Are you happy?
I'm very happy.
She's actually laughing at me because I'm trying to do lots of things as we go along. But well done.
Thanks.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.
Bye.